All right. Hi, guys. My name's Kennedy. Woo! Thank you. This is my first stand-up set. I keep picturing that one scene in Joker when he's really bad at stand-up, which is not a good thing to have in your brain when you're about to do it. But I will say that when I told my family I was doing stand-up, they first of all were concerned, which concerned me. I was like, thanks for believing in me, family. But what my mom said was, when I told her we were on the phone, she was like, well, I'm drunk right now. You should totally talk about that in your set. And I was like, I didn't know how to tell her that it was more sad than funny that she drinks away all of her problems. And then I realized that I'm in a room of people who probably relate. So, making my mom proud. So yeah, my mom's probably gonna watch this on YouTube, so shout out to my hometown. Is anyone else from a small town? Good. It fucking sucks. There are a few silly things about being from a small town. One is that you like to lie about where you're from. I always say I'm from a town like 30 minutes away because more people know it. And also because my town is called Neosho, which sounds like neo-Nazi, which is fucked up. And the most fucked up part about my town is probably the fact that the amount of people that work at our local gun factory is larger than the amount of people of color in our town, which is fucked up for obvious reasons. And anytime you talk about diversity, it's always just white people being like, here are all the diverse ways why minorities are going to hell. So, yeah, small town things. Not everyone from small towns are bad though. I'm actually in a long distance relationship with someone from back home, and things are going well, which kind of sucks. Because I was hoping to like go through a heartbreak for two reasons. One, Taylor's new album. And reason number two, I feel like you can't be really hot until you've had like a post-breakup blow-up. And if my boyfriend doesn't break up with me, my plan right now is to just get really upset when the Queen of England dies. So when I hear the news, I'll be like, fuck, I loved Elizabeth. Gotta grab the pink hair dye, I guess. I actually did have a small window of opportunity where I did have a breakup one time, but I didn't spend a whole lot of time being sad about it because it was so fucked up. And I'm gonna tell you guys why. So to set the scene, I broke up with a man named Brent. Yeah, that's all. I could end my set now and you'd already know. But I was 16, I was a sophomore in high school. He was 19. Yeah. And he was the captain of our high school debate squad. It gets worse. It gets so much worse. And I decided I wanted to break up with him. So on this fateful January day, he came over to my house. And the first thing is that he was wearing the Virginity Rocks shirt that I bought for him. Men, if you ask your underage girlfriend to have sex with you, and she responds by buying you a Virginity Rocks shirt, it's not gonna work. That's just, I didn't think I'd have to spell it out, but I did. So he shows up, and you know, I'm 16, never broken up with anyone, never had a boyfriend. So he walks inside, and he's like, so what do you want to talk about? And I figured that when you break up with someone, you have to do like breakup foreplay. So instead of just breaking it off, I was like, let's play a round of cards. So we played cards for 1 hour, and I should mention he just got back from a cruise. I had not seen this man for 2 weeks. So he was telling me about his cruise, we played cards, and after we had, played cards for some reason, he says, so what did you want to talk about? And I say, well, Brent, I think we should break up. And this man, who used to be the captain of the debate squad, pulls out notes. He pulls out evidence as to why I don't want to break up with him. And to picture this man in your mind, this is like if Ben Shapiro was beefy. So he could have murdered me, which is why I was scared to break up with him. So Ben Shapiro pulls out notes and says, hypothetically, let's say you would take me back. And he keeps bringing up evidence. He's like, you pinky promised me you love me. And I just kept saying, like, I don't have feelings for you. So then he starts crying, which is, you know. But then it gets even worse. So he's crying. At the beginning of the conversation, we were like across from each other, like a conference meeting. And he kept like scooting his chair like over around the table. And so at this point, we were like this. Have I been not speaking into the mic this whole time?
No, you were.
Okay, cool, sorry. Anyways, so we were in a room at my house where there's a doggy door right there. So we're sitting here, doggy door there, and I hear the doggy door flap. I'm like, thank God, in these trying times, I'm going through something emotional right now. Thankfully, my dog is here to like be emotional support. I look, there's a man. A little tiny man with glasses looking up at me like this. He was crawling through the door. And we just kind of look at each other. He looks at me, he looks at Brent with like red eyes and like his little debate case. And then he eventually walks through, followed by my sister. And my sister says, hey, this is Carter. And so I was like, hey, Carter. And Brent was like, and then they ended up leaving. And so this is at the end of the breakup, when I'm finally like, Brent, 3 people have seen you cry today. That's fucked up. You need to leave my house. And this is how he responds. He walks into my mother's room and hugs her. Tears streaming down his face. And then he walks downstairs. He hugs my sister. I don't know if he hugged Carter. Maybe. I mean, it was a vulnerable moment. And then he walks outside. And he's like walking away. And then he's like, wait, one more thing. And remember that cruise I mentioned? So he had gotten me some souvenirs. So he pulls out a necklace. That's the first gift. And a magnet for my fridge. And there are 2 fucked up things about this. One, just keep the magnet for yourself. You know, we've broken up now. The fucked up thing, part 2, is that I think it's still in my family's house on the fridge. So yeah, 2 takeaways from this. The first thing I want you guys to take away is not to date a Republican man. And the second thing is someone literally please take away the necklace he gave me because I don't want it anymore. Thank you guys.